Hi, this is I from Groovy Entertainment. Today we got another book to read for you. Today, book A Tiny Toon Adventure, The Adventures of Bustin' Hood for 1991. So let's get started. After school one day, Buster Bunny was walking home through the forest when he saw a strange crowd of rugged peasants. They were shouting, "Long live Bustin' Hood." Say it was from the evil king. "Gazook," said a pretty maid who looked an awful lot like Shirley the loon. "Does not Buster Hood look fair in tights?" "Who are these people?" wondered Buster. "Why are they dressed so funny?" Then he looked down and saw that he was wearing strange clothes too. Come to think of it now. Come to think of it, why am I dressed so funny? Buster asked the peasant, "Who is Bustin' Hood?" "Do you not know the legend?" said the fat fair Hampton. Buster figured with his cap. "No," he said. "History to no one of my best classes. Indeed, you are Bustin' Hood, uh, Pallant Forest," cried the fair maid Babs. "You take from the rich and give to the poor, and we are your loony crew." "Cool," said Buster Hood. "But do I have to wear these silly tights?" "Yes, and you need these too," said Maid Bab, handing Buster a bow and quiver of arrows. "Sheriff Plucky Duck is trying to capture you." Suddenly, Scott Sneezer ran into the clearing. "Sheriff Plucky Duck and his men are riding this way," he cried. "Into the trees," commanded Buster Hood. As soon as Sheriff Plucky Duck and his men reached the thick woods, Buster Hood's first arrow flew straight to its mark. "Why me?" shrieked the sheriff. Buster Hood uh, gave a signal, and Scott Sneezer sneezed one of his mighty sneeze to knock the evil knight off their horses. Buster Hood emptied the gold from the Sheriff Plucky Duck saddlebag. "I hereby take back this unfair tax money," he declined. "It will be returned to the poor people of..." "You'll pay for this, Buster Hood," said the sheriff, as he and his men jumped back on their horses and rode off. Then there was a great feast in Buster Hood camp. To celebrate the victory, the fair maid Babs played the lute and sang ballads about Buster Hood, heroess, swift as an arrow, brave to the marrow. He fights for our rights and look great in tights. Meanwhile, in his castle, King Matana Max roared at Sheriff Plucky Duck of Nottingham. "You lost all the tax money we took from the poor people?" "I was ambushed by Buster Hood," Sheriff Plucky Duck explained. "See that it doesn't happen again, King Mighty Thunder, or I'll have your feather for roar duster. We must rid the woods of this do-gooder Buster Hood," the king declined, pounding his fist on the throne. Sheriff Plucky Duck shook his head. "That's easier said than done, sir," he said. "Buster Hood is swift and an arrow, brave to his marrow, and even look great and tight." "Never mind that," sneered the Nobbin Needs king. "Once we lure him out of force, Buster Hood will not be so tough. Then he whispered a fiendish plan in the sheriff's eager ear. Back at the camp, Maid Babs was cleaning up the remaining of the feast. At last, there's where these noble outlaws can be such slobs, she complained. Sometime I wish I had been born a queen and not a maid. Suddenly, Sir Plucky Duck and Sir Dizzy Devil jumped from behind the tree and grabbed the fair babe. She defended herself with her handy lute. Why me, said Sir Plucky Duck, rubbing dent, his dented helmet. Fair babe was captured and carried off to the castle of King Montana Max. Then, right there, she was locked in a tall tower. Soon you will marry me, the evil king declined. Then you will be queen of Nottingham. Fair babe sighed. I'd rather be a maid, she said. Meanwhile, Sheriff Plucky Duck of Nottingham was executing Phoenix Plan number 2. He rode through Pinewood Forest, putting up posters for an archery contest that shows off Buster Hood. Showed off Buster Hood will not be able to resist this contest, he muttered. Sneaky traps, but what a villain to do. The sheriff was right. Buster Hood was eager to enter the contest. It's a trap, warned that Friar Hampton. I know that, said Buster, but it's the only way to get us into the castle and rescue the fair maid Babs. Buster Hood and his loony crew arrived at the archery contest wearing disguises. Buster himself wore a fake beard and a long hood. Spread yourself amongst the crowd, Buster instructed. We're going to make a surprise attack. The king's greatest archer, Sir Columbia Coyotes, shot an arrow straight into the bull eyes. He proclaimed himself the winner. Not necessary, said the bearded contendant in a long hood. The stranger let the arrow fly. Let fly an arrow that split Sir Calamity Coyote arrow right down the middle of the shaft. Only one man can do that. That shot the arrow. Buster Hood, declared King Madi. Seize him. The king men quickly surrounded Buster, but at the same time, the loony crew threw off their disguises. Sword clanged, arrow flew, and then Scott Sneezer sneezed a mighty sneeze that knocked the evil king knight into their knees. We give up, the dented knight declared. King Montana Max did not pay us enough anyway. Why fight for peanuts? Let's make Buster Hood our king, says Elmer or Amira, the lady knight. Long live the king. Okay, said Buster Hood, but first you must release the fair babe. In no time at all, Buster Hood was wearing the royal crown, and Montana Max was washing the royal tights. The fair babe was made queen, and Buster Hood's loony crew ate better than they ever ate before. Being king was fun for a while, but Buster Hood missed the things he used to, like carrots, like carrot shakes and pizza. Besides, he was sick of wearing tights. How can I get out of being king? Wondered Buster Hood as he paced up and down the throne room. Suddenly, Buster felt someone shaking him. He had fallen asleep over his history book. Buster Bunny, no, Babe Bunny was impatient. Come on, Buster, she said. You have to go home and write that paper on my evil life for school. I know, fair Babe, admitting Buster Bunny what a yarn. But indeed, I know exactly what to write. So that was Tiny Toon Adventure, the Adventure of Busterhood for 1991. So please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and have a groovy day. We'll have another video coming out real soon.